हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू चैनल गो फॉर एग्रीकल्चर। आज हम इस लेक्चर में इंटीग्रेटेड पेस्ट मैनेजमेंट पैकेज फॉर ग्राउंडनट देखने वाले हैं। सो इन आवर प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स वी हैव ऑलरेडी कंप्लीटेड आईपीएम इन राइस, व्हीट एंड पीजीएनपी। ठीक है, सो आज का एजेंडा होगा आईपीएम फॉर ग्राउंडनट। सो वी नो ग्राउंडनट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्रॉप एंड ऑल्सो वी नो हर क्रॉप में मेजर पेस्ट, माइनर पेस्ट और डिसीजेस सब होंगे, and also at the same time there will be IPM strategies also to control them. ठीक है, so in this lecture we will see the IPM package for groundnut. Basically इस lecture दो parts में होंगे. First है IPM for groundnut, means it is basically dedicated to pest, insects, diseases. लेकिन second part will be on nematodes only, means how to control the integrated pest management strategies to control the nematodes in groundnut. Okay, so ये तो दो parts में होंगे. And the third one also there. Third part is basically to the tricks to remember the insect pests in groundnut. So I'll just pick up the top 3 to 4 insect pest diseases and I'll just prepare a lecture like how to remember them. Okay, so this will be in 3 parts. So आज first part होगा. So let's start with the IPM in groundnut. ठीक है, so पहला देखेंगे मेजर पेस्ट, जिसमें इंसेक्ट पेस्ट का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है, बिकॉज इंसेक्ट पेस्ट ऑफकोर्स दे विल बी इन ईच एंड एवरी क्रॉप, और इसके अलावा मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रैटेजीज भी है. सो द मोस्ट important insect pests are the white grub, leaf miner, tobacco caterpillar, aphids, jests, thrips. So we have heard all of these names in our previous lectures already, so it's easy to remember. ठीक है, एंड डिसीजेस होंगे अल्फा रूट्स, लीफ स्पॉट्स, कॉलर रॉट, रस्ट, स्टेम रॉट्स, एक्सेट्रा. And also don't worry, I will prepare a lecture also how to remember their scientific names or the names also. ठीक है, I will prepare a lecture like tricks to remember them. ठीक है, so weeds we know, so no need to worry. Rodents, everything I'll prepare a lecture on them. Okay, so let's start with the pest monitoring. So हर lecture में, like when we make a lecture on what are the IPM strategies in particular crop, so first step होगा pest monitoring. So we already know what is pest monitoring. So pest monitoring is basically counting the number of insects, yeah, to know what kind of insects are there, yeah, to know what kind of pests are there. So ये pest monitoring basically aim यही होगा, like एक फील्ड में व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंसेक्ट इज देयर और उसका कैसे कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा. अगर कंट्रोल करनी है, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी वी शुड यूज. सो ये सब वी कैन नो विद द हेल्प ऑफ पेस्ट मॉनिटरिंग. सो पेस्ट मॉनिटरिंग में भी बहुत सारे मेथड्स हैं. सो ये है, फर्स्ट है रोविंग सर्वे. वी नो व्हाट इज रोविंग सर्वे. इसका मतलब वी विल जस्ट टेक अ प्लॉट. ठीक है, मीन्स वी विल टेक अ प्लॉट. सो हर इस प्लॉट में वी विल डू द ऑब्जर्वेशंस. जैसे we will make some random spots on the plot. For example, they will just take a plot, a field, they will make some random spots and they will collect the samples. ठीक है, so samples collect करने के बाद they will get to know what kind of insects are there. अगर if they are soil borne, then people will get to know what kind of insects are there. Well, so this is a roving survey. Okay, so this roving survey, so during this survey observations are made to it like every 5 to 10 kilometers. अगर if they're talking about a single village, so in that village itself they will take a plot. so इस दोनों plot के बीच में distance होगा like minimum 5 to 10 kilometers. ठीक है, so इसके बाद what will they will do is they will record the incidence of pest. अगर उस field में is there any history of disease incidents या pest incidents, so they will get to know by collecting the samples. They will collect the random spots and they will collect the samples. ठीक है, so this is the roving survey. देखो guys, I'm just explaining them in brief because I've already covered all these roving survey, field scouting, everything in my previous lectures. So in this lecture I'm just covering them in brief. ठीक है, it will be like a warm up for you. So next is field scouting. So basically field scouting means इस field scouting method में यहाँ पे field officers जो है, field scouting officers होंगे. So these officers will visit the field and they will do some like analysis या observations. Okay, so during the field scouting, farmers they will record the pest, disease and defending populations once in 7 to 10 days in their own fields. ये तो बेसिकली AES approach means agro ecosystem analysis approach. So this agro ecosystem analysis is a huge approach, लेकिन ये field scouting is just a part of that. ठीक है, so once we'll see what is AES. So इसमें basically हम plant के different stages पे we'll get to know the health of that plant and their abilities and their pest का population will get to know, and soil conditions, climatic conditions और farmers का past experience. यहाँ पे farmers का past experience का मतलब वो ये field का कुछ history है क्या या नहीं, बस. So these all things will be done in field scouting, means itself by the farmers. ठीक है, कभी कभी the field officers also they will come and they will have a check on the field, means whether the crops are growing properly or not. ही ये तो basically क्या बोलते हैं, experimental observation कहते हैं. लेकिन अगर हम cropping patterns या एक crop को grow करने के बारे में बात करें, so it will be done by the farmers itself. ठीक है, so we can say the field scouting is a part of AESA. ठीक है, सो यही ऐसे में प्लांट का हर स्टेज पे ग्रोथ कैसी है और इज देयर एनी पेस्ट का इंसिडेंस एंड व्हाट अबाउट द क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस, लाइक हाउ दे आर इफेक्टिंग द प्लांट, ये सब ऑब्जर्वेशंस विल बी डन. सो बेस्ड ऑन देम पीपल गेट टू नो या वी विल गेट टू नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी वी शुड टेक. Okay, so last is pheromone traps. What are pheromone traps? So pheromone traps are one of the important for the pest monitoring. So in the previously I've told you this पेस्ट मॉनिटरिंग का मेन रोल होगा टू आइडेंटिफाई द पेस्ट. सो फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स विल हेल्प देम. देखो फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स में बहुत सारे ट्रैप्स है, लाइट ट्रैप्स, फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स, यस ऑफ कोर्स दिस ऑल आर ट्रैप्स ओनली. सो ये ट्रैप्स के हेल्प से वी कैन collect the insects and we can monitor them. For example, देखिए यहाँ पे Spodoptera और Helicoverpa if we collect through these pheromone traps. So when we install them, we can collect the. देखो अगर फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स छोड़ दो, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द ट्रैप्स, बेसिकली फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स हो गया, लाइट ट्रैप्स हो गया और पिटफॉल ट्रैप्स. सो इंसेक्ट्स का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बहुत सारे डिफरेंट होते हैं, लाइक सम कैन फ्लाई, सम आर लाइक सॉइल बोर्न. ठीक है, सो सम कैन फ्लाई फॉर शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस, मीन्स प्लांट टू प्लांट ओनली दे कैन फ्लाई. सो बेस्ड ऑन देयर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ट्रैप्स आर मेड. देखो इफ दे आर सॉइल बोर्न, सो इसके लिए पिटफॉल ट्रैप्स. ठीक है, सो इफ दे कैन फ्लाई, इसके लिए लाइक हम फेरोमोन ट्रैप्स और या लाइट ट्रैप्स, और दूसरे स्टिकी ट्रैप्स. सो स्टिकी ट्रैप्स अगर आप देखोगे, सो इफ देयर इज अ फील्ड, ठीक है, सो प्लांट्स होंगे, सो प्लांट्स के हाइट पे दे विल जस्ट मेक अ येलो कलर स्टिकी ट्रैप ऑन दैट. सो व्हेन द insects fly from one plant to another plant, they'll get stick to that as well. So with the help of these traps we can collect them. So collect करके we can just do the analysis. So 5 traps per hectare is enough for Helicoverpa. It's an example, ठीक है. So and also we can change the traps every 15 to 20 days. Okay, so these are the pest monitoring methods: field scouting, roving survey, agro ecosystem analysis and pheromone trapping. So next हम देखेंगे economic threshold level. देखो बहुत सारे पेस्ट होंगे ग्राउंडनट में, लाइक लीफ माइनर, स्पोडोप्टेरा, जेसिस, एफिड्स एक्सेट्रा, बहुत सारे पेस्ट. लेकिन हर पेस्ट को अलग अलग स्ट्रैटेजीज होंगे, अलग अलग इंटीग्रेटेड पेस्ट मैनेजमेंट्स होंगे. लेकिन द मेन थिंग वी शुड नो when we should apply the management strategies, ये एक सवाल है. सो इसका बेस्ट आंसर होगा इकोनॉमिक थ्रेशोल्ड लेवल, ETL. सो ETL का मतलब, सो ये इस थ्रेशोल्ड लेवल पे वी शुड स्टार्ट डूइंग द मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रैटेजीज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मान लो लीफ माइनर है, सो व्हेन यू डू द ऑब्जर्वेशन या व्हेन यू डू द पेस्ट मॉनिटरिंग, सो इससे पता चला कि हर प्लांट में या हर प्लांट पे 2 to 3 लार्वे है. There are 2 to 3 larvae of leaf miner. So if you get to know there are 2 to 3 larvae, इसका मतलब you should start the management. You should start applying the integrated pest management strategies. वैसे ही अगर in case of Spodoptera there are 2 larvae per plant, you should start doing the integrated pest management strategies. वैसे ही Gistids, white grub, rodents, defoliators. So हर pest के लिए कुछ symptoms होंगे. ठीक है, सो आफ्टर यू डू द पेस्ट मॉनिटरिंग, अगर रिजल्ट से पता चला है कि इतने सारे पेस्ट है फॉर लीफ माइनर और इतने सारे लार्वे है फॉर स्पोडोप्टेरा, सो बेस्ड ऑन दीज सिम्टम्स, दीज आर द सिम्टम्स, So इसमें dependent we have to decide whether we will start the pest monitoring management, pest integrated pest management or not. इसको हम economic threshold level कहते हैं. So the best answer for the when is the economic threshold level. ठीक है. Next. हाँ, so as we will start the integrated pest management strategies. So ये तो basic thing है कि बहुत सारे strategies है, जैसे cultural, physical, mechanical, chemical, biological, ऐसे बहुत सारे हैं. So in this lecture we will see these kind of strategies for groundnut. ठीक है. So cultural में basically cultural is related to plants only. So अगर मैं plants के बारे में बात करूँ, so like it will mostly depend on the resistant varieties. देखो resistant varieties they will depend upon like soil, climate or pest resistant. इस इतने सारे factors पे depend होगा. ठीक है. So in case of cultural practices use the KSS2, IGCS 44, ICGS 11, 37, ICGV 86325. ऐसे बहुत सारे varieties हैं. You can just use them. Kandra, Kadiri 3. So genotypes which so these are basically tolerant to bud necrosis. ठीक है. So बहुत सारे resistant varieties है. You can use them in the cultural practices. इसके अलावा cultural practices होगा deep ploughing. So deep ploughing in summer basically it will help in exposing the soil borne pathogens. ठीक है. वैसे underground bulbs हो या rhizomes हो, मतलब even the perennial weeds, we can also expose the weeds and destroy them. ये होगा deep ploughing का role. दूसरा है crop rotation. Crop rotation with sorghum करो, millets करो, rice करो, maize करो, anything. This will help to reduce the incidence of many kind of pests. वैसे ही early sowing. कभी पता है कुछ crops में होगा late sowing will be more efficient, कुछ crops में होगा early sowing. So it depends. So do the early sowing and also do the intercropping. Crop rotation करो, intercropping भी कर लो with the sorghum और pigeon pea. And also stray planting. Stray planting का मतलब field पे bunds होगा ना, यहाँ पे bunds. So on these bunds ऐसे you can just plant some trap crops like to attract the pest and to capture them, trap them ऐसे bunds पे. So इसको हम stray planting कहते हैं, या bunding भी we can just say that. ठीक है. So ये stray planting से we can control the leaf miner. Okay. So ये stray planting से we can control the leaf miner. For and also for castor or sunflower we can control the sporoptera. ठीक है. And also dense planting. Some dense planting का मतलब हर crops में these what we'll say spacing is very important, like between the crop. लेकिन वैसे ही कभी कभी these spacing might attract the insects. So in order to avoid this, sometimes the crops are made to plant very close to each other. इसको हम dense cropping कहते हैं. So due to this we can reduce the bud necrosis. वैसे hand hoeing करो, just remove it. Just hand pick the weeds, या do the hand shaking of the plants. So sometimes do the weeding करो, hand weeding कर लो या hand hoeing कर लो. So this will help you to control the weeds. And also soil application of the neem cake. Okay, apply these manures. So neem cake at the rate 1000 kg per hectare. It will help you to control the termites or stem rot. And also rogue out the infected plants. Okay, and also like make sure the harvesting time is at the good maturity stage. ठीक है. So देखो number 1 से last तक, mean stage 1 से last तक हर management strategy should be proper. Everything should be taken care very properly. And also we should make sure the kernel का moisture level should be proper. ठीक है. And also after harvesting करने के बाद storage जो है, store them in polythene covers so that they will be sealed and there won't be any extra moisture at all. ठीक है. So stage 1 से last तक we should make sure like each and every stage is proper. ठीक है. So these are the cultural practices. Next, mechanical practices. So we know light traps are one of the best practices. Okay, so with the help of these light traps, we can control the red hairy caterpillars and destruction of the red hairy caterpillars, egg masses. With the help of light traps, collect कर लो और just destroy them. Okay, and also destruction of the white grub beetles and from the trees, and also erection of the bird perches. ठीक है, ये सब बस trapping की बात है. And also you can do the pheromones. You can use the pheromones also, you know, to attract the, what we'll say, pests, and you can just destroy them. So mechanical में basically traps will be light traps, pheromone traps, sticky traps, okay, pitfall traps, etc. So next होगा biological control. So these biological control are basically dedicated with the in this we will use the microorganisms. With the help of microbes we will destroy the pest. ये तो basically totally natural and they are not disadvantageous to the environment also. So basically when you do the seed treatment with Trichoderma viridae, देखो ये Trichoderma viridae is very very common. Okay, so with the help of this Trichoderma viridae, if you mix this with the seeds, so then we can easily control the seed rots. Next, in biocontrol agents like bugs, parasitoids, ladybird beetles, ground beetles, and spiders, rove beetles, ठीक है, और ऐसे बहुत सारे biocontrol agents है, we just have to save them और इसके बाद बस apply करो. Saving and apply them. Saving का मतलब देखो, when we use the chemical controls, it not only kills the pest, लेकिन it also kills these biocontrol agents also. इसलिए ये biocontrol agents को बचाना बहुत important है. Okay, and also you can release the Telenomus remus, ठीक है, into the pheromone trap, and also you can use the neem seed kernel extracts, again Trichogramma chylonis against the leaf miner. देखो इससे बहुत सारे बायो कंट्रोल एजेंट्स है, you can see here, Bracon habitor, etc. So you can use these biocontrol agents to control them. ठीक है. So next is the chemical control. So chemical control में chloropyrifos and alachlor, pendimethalin. So these are the mostly used, fluchlorelin, carbendazine. So whenever you come across the chemical control in IPM, so most of the chemicals are same. They will be repeated again and again and again. Okay. So yes, and the bromadiolone, 4,8 carbofuran granules, etc. Okay, so if you use them based on their required amount, you can easily control the weeds and the pest. देखो chloropyrifos, if you use them at 2.5 to 12.5, you can control the white grubs, and we can kill the beetles by spraying the hexaben or 750 WP. वैसे alachlor और pendimethalin और fluchlorelin ये तो pre-sowing है for the weed control. वैसे ही carbendazim at the rate 2 kg per seed for seedling rot diseases. Same carbendazim लेकिन of different amount to controlling the leaf spots, and also bromadiolone to control the wax blocks, carbofuran to control the white grubs. ऐसे बहुत सारे practices है, लेकिन one thing you just have to remember, the chemicals used will be same. See देखो, till now I prepared the lectures on rice, wheat and pigeon pea. अगर आप देखोगे the chemicals they will literally repeating. Not only chemicals, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे practices भी similar होंगे, लेकिन the amount will be different. देखो आप okay fine, for example if you see for example if there is a chemical control, ठीक है, so this chemical control in groundnut, for example chloropyrifos है, ये तो 2.5 to 12.5 ml in groundnut, लेकिन wheat और rice में अलग होगा. It can be like 10 to 20 ml ऐसे हो सकता है. So you just have to remember these names. These names are very important, and also remember the approximate value. That would be enough for you, ठीक है, in the examinations. सो ये हो गया हमारा पेस्ट कंट्रोल, ठीक है. सो नेक्स्ट वी विल सी द weed control, integrated weed management in groundnuts. So ये weed management basically we can do with cultural and chemical only. So cultural का मतलब deep ploughing to remove the weeds, destroy the weeds, and mechanical weeding, और आप hand weeding भी कर सकते हो at 15 to 20 days and 30 to 45 days interval. 15 to 20 and 30 to 45 days interval. Next है chemical control, आप oxyfluorophane, pendimethalin, देखो again it's repeated for the weed. So it's same लेकिन यहाँ पे amount will be different. Pendimethalin is 0.75 to 1.5 kg active ingredient per hectare as pre-emergence. यहाँ पे pre-emergence और post-emergence, pre-plant incorporation, you have to remember them. ठीक है. So these are the integrated weed management in groundnut. Okay, so this is it guys. In this today's lecture we have seen the integrated pest management in groundnut, so and also we've seen the weed management. So I'm telling you again and again, IPM is very easy. So if you get to know the basic things in IPM, you can literally ace it. ठीक है. So and also in crops, all of the methods, everything will repeat, लेकिन आपको quantity याद रखनी है, like when the particular chemical is used, because that chemical can be pre-emergence or pre-plant incorporation, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So you just have to remember them. ठीक है. So this is it guys. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.